Perhaps you've never considered the origins of the Easter Bunny, or the significance of carving pumpkins at Halloween. But did you know that both of these customs have roots in pagan traditions? And what about the practice of throwing coins into a fountain, or making a wish on a shooting star? These are also pagan practices that have been passed down through generations. Even our language is steeped in pagan lore. The names of the days of the week, such as Wednesday, named after the Norse god Odin, and Thursday, named after the god Thor, are derived from ancient deities. And many of the words we use today, such as fate and charm, have their origins in pagan beliefs and practices. Welcome to History in Minutes. Today we'll be going into the mysterious world of paganism, where ancient rituals and beliefs still thrive in the modern era, often without us even realizing it. Paganism had a deep connection with agricultural societies, and many of their rituals and practices were based on seasonal and agricultural cycles. Samhain was a prominent pagan festival that marked the transition from the harvest season to winter, and it was celebrated on October 31st. Over time, Christianity assimilated many pagan customs, and Samhain became All Saints' Day, or Halloween, which is celebrated on the same day. Despite its Christian roots, Halloween still retains many pagan elements, such as costumes, pumpkin carving, and trick-or-treating, which symbolize warding off evil spirits and celebrating the harvest. Another significant pagan festival was Beltane, which marked the start of summer and the fertility of the land. It was observed on May 1st, and one of the highlights was the Maypole dance, where participants danced around a tall pole adorned with flowers and ribbons. This dance symbolized the union of the masculine and feminine energies and was a way to welcome the new season and ensure a bountiful harvest. Divination was an essential aspect of pagan culture, as it allowed individuals to seek guidance and wisdom from the gods and goddesses. The art of divination encompassed a wide range of techniques, from the use of tarot cards, runes, or crystal balls, to interpreting natural phenomena such as bird flight patterns or cloud formations. Fortune-telling was a prevalent practice in paganism and was often carried out by witches and mystics. They employed various methods, such as reading tea leaves, casting spells, or using other magical techniques to predict the future or provide guidance. These practices were rooted in the belief that the universe was connected, and everything was interrelated. So, by reading the signs and interpreting them, one could gain insight into their future. In pagan societies, divination and fortune-telling were not just restricted to the realm of the mystical. They were also an integral part of everyday life and were used to make decisions about health, agriculture, or relationships. Divination was seen as a way to connect with the divine and gain a deeper understanding of the universe's workings. Today, divination and fortune-telling practices are still popular, and many people seek guidance from their spiritual advisors or engage in self-help techniques such as meditation or journaling to connect with their intuition. Despite the changes in society and religious beliefs, the art of divination and fortune-telling continues to be an important tool for those seeking guidance and insight into their lives. The practice of magic and ritual held great importance in pagan culture, and many of the rites and traditions are still performed today. These rituals often include chanting, dancing, and invoking the gods and goddesses to bring about change or transformation. In modern times, the contemporary pagan religion of Wicca places a high value on rituals and magic. Wiccans often create a sacred circle using candles, incense, and crystals to create a spiritual ambience while performing rituals. Spellcasting is also common practice, with the use of herbs, oils, and other tools to focus and direct the energy towards a specific goal, such as healing, protection, or abundance. Wiccans view these rituals as a way to connect with the divine and to harness the power of nature to bring about positive change in their lives. They see themselves as stewards of the earth, and many of their rituals and practices revolve around honoring and respecting nature. In addition to their focus on magic and ritual, Wiccans also place great importance on personal responsibility and the concept of karma. They believe that every action has consequences, and they strive to live in harmony with themselves, others, and the environment. Overall, the practice of magic and ritual is an essential aspect of contemporary paganism, and it continues to offer a meaningful and empowering way for people to connect with the divine and create positive change in their lives. Pagan religions have always held a deep reverence for nature and the natural world, often incorporating the worship of the elements into their faith. The ancient Celts, for example, worshipped Danu, a goddess associated with land, water, and fertility. In contemporary paganism, many practitioners continue to honor the seasonal and natural cycles through their spiritual activities. This can include celebrating the solstices and equinoxes, as well as the cycles of the moon and the changing of the seasons. By paying attention to these natural rhythms, pagans seek to connect with the earth and the natural world, recognizing its intrinsic value and significance. Moreover, to their spiritual practices, many pagans also engage in environmental activism and conservation efforts. As stewards of the earth, they recognize the importance of protecting the planet and its resources for future generations. This can include participating in eco-friendly initiatives, promoting sustainable practices, and advocating for environmental policies that support the health and well-being of the planet. Ancestor worship was a significant aspect of several pagan cultures, and the belief that ancestors continue to influence their descendants after death was widespread. Additionally, many pagan religions believed in the existence of spirits, some of which were considered to be good, while others were considered evil. Today, many contemporary pagans still value the practice of ancestor worship and the acknowledgement of the spirits. One way this is expressed is through various ceremonies and customs, such as building an ancestral altar to remember and honor departed loved ones. These altars may include pictures, objects, or symbols that represent their ancestors and their legacy. Some pagans also engage in rituals and practices to connect with spirits or seek their guidance. For example, they may use divination tools like tarot cards or crystals to communicate with spirits or gain insight into their lives. Other practices include offerings of food, drink, and other gifts to spirits, or the use of incense or other materials to create a sacred space for communication. In addition to honoring ancestors and spirits, many pagans also believe in the power of personal ancestry and genealogy research. By tracing their family lineage, they seek to connect with their ancestral roots and gain a deeper understanding of their heritage. The roots of Halloween can be traced back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, and several activities associated with the holiday have their origins in pagan culture. During Samhain, it was believed that ghosts and spirits roamed the earth, and people would wear masks and costumes to protect themselves from these supernatural beings. This practice has continued through the centuries and is now a hallmark of modern-day Halloween celebrations. Another Samhain tradition was the lighting of the bonfires to ward off evil spirits. This practice also has survived and is now a common feature of Halloween celebrations, with firework displays and bonfires being lit in many communities. The custom of trick-or-treating can also be traced back to Samhain. During the festival, people would leave food and drink outside their homes as offerings to the spirits, and in return, they hoped to receive blessings and protection. This custom has evolved over time and is now a favorite activity for children on Halloween night. Despite the evolution of these traditions over time, they still preserve the essence of the ancient Samhain festival. Halloween remains a time to honor and remember our ancestors, to celebrate the cycle of life and death, and to embrace the spooky and paranormal aspects of our world. In contemporary pagan beliefs, Samhain is still considered a significant holiday, marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the darker half of the year. It is a time for introspection and connecting with the spirits of our ancestors. Halloween provides an opportunity for people of all backgrounds to connect with these ancient traditions and explore the mysteries of the supernatural world. Birthday celebrations have been a part of human history since ancient times, with their origins rooted in pagan societies. Many ancient civilizations regarded birthdays as significant milestones in a person's life and celebrated them with grand festivities and ceremonies. In ancient Egypt, birthdays were viewed as the day on which the gods determined a person's fate. In ancient Greece, birthdays were commemorated by offering gifts to the gods and lighting candles on a cake. The tradition of candles on a cake is still observed today in many parts of the world. Overall, paganism was a complex and diverse religious system that encompassed various cultural customs and practices. Today, modern pagans continue to celebrate many of these ancient practices and beliefs, including agricultural and harvest festivals, divination and fortune-telling, magic and rituals, worship of nature and its elements, and the honor of ancestors and spirits. These traditions provide a connection to our past and offer a sense of community and spirituality in the modern world. So next time you blow out a birthday candle or hang a horseshoe over your door for good luck, remember that you are participating in pagan traditions that have endured for centuries. The legacy of paganism lives on, woven into the fabric of our daily lives, whether we realize it or not. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more history in minutes.